Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys of Magic. This is Hunter, Dave, Steven, and Shane. Say what up, boys.
Yo, what's going on?
Hello.
What's up, nerds?
We are back. The final spoiler video for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We've done it. We made it through another exciting spoiler season. It's pretty interesting. But we always do these final videos a little different. If you're new here, we talk about the top 5 cards that were shown off today because there wasn't any rares. So we don't talk about any rares today. Talk about the top 5 that were talked about most on the subreddit. Then we talk about 3 cards that we missed that were not rare in Mythic from throughout spoiler season. And then we take the top 3 cards that were most liked on our Instagram by you guys. So let's go ahead and get started with this first one from today. It is Eaten by Piranhas. It's 1 and a blue for an enchantment aura. It's got flash. It says enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a black skeleton creature with base power and toughness 1/1.
Cool removal.
Good card, good.
I think it's pretty interesting. I saw a comment that I thought was pretty funny that said, so if you just remove this, like the piranhas throw up the skin back?
I guess.
What do you think,
I don't
Dave?
know. This is not an ordinary citizen, so I think just by definition, I think I like this card less.
Not an ordinary citizen. All right.
From New Capenna. That was one of the things.
Oh, got it.
Witness
turn into-
protection.
Yeah, that's right. Eaten by piranhas, though. Pretty. I'm glad it has flash. That's nice.
I kind of think I see an Easter egg in this card.
What is it?
Go on.
I don't know. It kind of looks like his hat. Looks like the original Ixalan logo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Cool.
It's a good little Easter egg there.
Good,
But yeah,
good job, Shane.
Eaten by
Thanks.
piranhas is a pretty cool little removal.
You know, before we move on, if we're going to talk about the artwork of this card, I actually do love the artwork because somebody's going to cast this, and then I'm going to just glance over and think that this is a Mr. Kimura, and just like,
Pay
I
the
don't
fish.
know. Yeah, I'm just going to be like, here, draw a card.
I like
This is
it.
a nice combat trick, too. If someone's swinging in at you.
Yeah, very.
I like it. Let's move on to the next card. This is Swashbuckler's Whip. It's 1 generic mana for an artifact equipment. It says equipped creature has reach and pay 2, tap, target artifact or creature, and pay 8, tap, discover 10, equipped cost of 1.
Is this sliding into Hilda there, bud?
I don't think so. I like my effects.
you
I can
tap a
just
creature?
tap. I don't need to put it on a creature to tap. So my
guess that
creatures
would
already
then cost
tap
the
by
ability.
themselves. Yeah.
It costs 4 then to do that thing, Steven. Pay 2
Mhm.
here and then pay 2 with Hilda.
Discover
Yeah, this-
10, though.
I mean, that's some cool flavor text.
For 8 mana, that's a
Flavor
lot.
text. That's a lot of mana, but the 10 is. I mean, yeah, you can whiff it, hit a 2 and be pissed.
Listen, guys, how often do we have 8 mana just laying around that we just didn't use?
Like, never.
When we don't have any cards in hand, probably.
Dude,
After
Hunter has
a
to cast
board wipe?
Commander.
Look, this right here costs 1 more mana than Timey Wimey, and we saw how often that happened.
Shut up. You guys suck.
Wow. Yeah, this is an interesting equipment. I don't know if it sees play. I mean, the tap ability is cool, but there are other creatures that do that from an EDH standpoint. Now, in standard, I don't know if it'll be seeing any play. But
I don't think so.
a lot of
Depends
people
on
did
how
like the
prevalent
card.
flying is going to be in standard, I think, Hunter.
There's always that one guy, you know?
Well, I
Sure.
mean, 1 and 1 just to get reach. That could be all that it really needs to do if it's like a ton of flyers, but who knows?
I don't know. The next card is Volatile Fault. I think David will like this one. It's a land. It's a cave. You could tap it to add 1 colorless mana, or you can pay 1, tap it, sacrifice Volatile Fault, destroy target non-basic land that opponent controls. That player may search live for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. You create a treasure token.
Mm,
Why are you trying to point me out like that, huh?
Because
You
your
like
land is structured.
destruction.
This one gives you a treasure. I don't like this card.
Yeah, but this one also has you like go find another card, and this only hits non-basics.
Yeah, which
Yeah, so you get rid
is
of their.
mean.
Yeah.
Get rid of a tri-land, give them a basic.
Or get rid of utility
And-
land, give them a basic.
And this could be potentially really good in like a Artifact Matters deck.
I do like the treasure there. I don't actually think that this card is probably super impactful. But then again, most of the caves actually really kind of haven't been, so maybe this might be one of the better ones.
Yeah, it's not. It's a Uncommon.
I like the fact that it comes in untapped.
True.
It's
Yeah.
always a plus. Volatile. Be wary. Another card is Mephitic Draught. It is 1 and a black for an artifact that says when it enters the battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card and lose life. A lot of people say it's worse Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah, I think it might be a worse version, dude. Card seems. I mean, it's a common. What do you expect, dude?
You say worse version here, but my thought here is that like this is not a worse version. This is an extra copy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
It
guess
is an extra copy. People are saying black mana for potential devotion matters. Also, this is really good fodder for things that care about bargaining in standard.
Yeah, that's true.
However, people very much pointed out that the new mechanic in the set, crafting, this does not work at all with that because you have to exile cards to craft.
Oh, rip. Well, you can exile it from your graveyard, though.
Still being exiled.
Yeah, but I mean, it's when it's put into your graveyard, so you can have the ability to trigger twice and then craft once it's already in your graveyard.
I suppose you're right, but either way, you can't. Don't forget, you can't craft it from the field. And the final card that people talked about is Runaway Boulder. It's 6 generic mana for an artifact. It's got flash. It says when it enters the battlefield, it deals 6 damage to target creature and opponent controls. It's got cycling too. You've got colorless damage.
I think that my favorite part about this card is the cycling too.
They're just talking about this because it's Indiana Jones, dude.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is pretty Indiana Jones. But how often do you see colorless damage?
Not very often. So like at least that actually could be potentially impactful. My only concern here being is it is still 6 mana, which is a lot. It does have flash, so that is upside. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card. There's a reason why this is an uncommon. I'm sorry. There is a reason why this is a common.
I agree.
Yeah.
with you.
This is a bad card.
I don't know if it's completely bad. There's probably ways to cheat this in.
It is
I don't know.
not completely good.
You know what? This might actually slide into like Megatron. Now that I think about it,
Put it in your
shotgun
graveyard.
somebody for 6.
That'd be cool. 6 plus, it'd be 12, right?
Yeah, it'd be 12.
That'd be cool. There you go.
I'll be
Steven, you
right
found-
back.
There you go, Steven. You found a way to use Runaway Boulder. That's pretty cool. And we will move on to the 3 cards we missed that were most talked about, that were not rare or mythic. And of course, this first one, because everybody loves the memes, is Earthshaker Dreadmaw. It's 4 and 2 green for a 6/6 creature dinosaur. It's got trample. This is when it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other dinosaur you control. People love a good Dreadmaw.
It's just classic.
It's a big
Classic.
dinosaur.
It's a big 6 mana 6/6 trampler. This one, pretty cool that you get to draw a card for each dinosaur.
I hate this
So,
card.
so what do we have now? We have Colossal Dreadmaw. I think we have Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Now we have Earthshaker Dreadmaw. What's next? Volcanic?
I actually hate this card a lot. This is just like this is power creep in Magic, dude. This just like now it draws you cards.
Now it draws you cards. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, people love it for the memes. That's why it was the number 1 most talked about card that wasn't rare or mythic. Because of course, Dreadmaw is forever. How about some Minecraft? We got Diamond Pickaxe. Another card that was talked about. It's 1 red mana for an artifact equipment. It's got Indestructible. And it says equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Equip cost of 2.
This is nuts.
I like treasure.
I actually do like this one.
Yeah,
I like treasure.
I like treasure too. This is a very good card.
Treasure.
I don't know if this is very good. I think that this is okay if you are like really trying to go into a treasure deck, but at the same time, this also I feel like might compete with the Reaver Cleaver, but I think that there might be a little bit too much overlap. I don't know. I don't know if you would want to be playing both of these in like a treasure deck, and I think that the Reaver Cleaver is just kind of a better card. It is more expensive, but I think that there's just so much more upside with it that if I'm gonna go down this road and I have to pick one or the other, like the Reaver Cleaver wins.
Yeah, I still think this is really good to get down early and then continue to just potentially, I'm putting it in quotes, ramp you with all the treasure you can make.
I'm just gonna say that this card is. I understand your point on it, David, but the reason why I really like it is, like Hunter said, this comes down early, equips for 2. So I mean, granted, the equip cost is a little bit higher than I want it to be, but you can put this on like the stupid little tokens that Red makes all the time, and just start swinging in and creating treasures because it's on attack. I love this card. and
Out
it's
of
indestructible.
curiosity, though, like how often, like when do you think you're actually getting the benefit of this card? So, like if you're dropping this on turn 1, you're obviously not swinging because you don't have a creature. If you're paying for this on turn 2, you probably still don't have a creature because it's 2 mana. So, like, is this still a turn 3 card?
I mean, it depends. I mean, like, listen, man, we're either in Magical Christmas Land or we're not.
I'm just trying to like logistically.
Magical Christmas Land, I get Colossal Hammer on a card turn 1.
All right,
let's
I can
be
tell
honest,
that this
dude.
argument is going nowhere.
David, in Magical Christmas Land, this pickaxe has Fortune 3, Mending, maybe Efficiency, and we're going apeshit with it, dude.
It's got Unbreakable.
Oh boy.
All right, let's move on to the final card that we did miss. This is the cute little Poison Dart Frog. It's 1 and a green for a 1/1 creature frog. It's got reach. You can tap to add 1 mana of any color, or you could pay 2 and Poison Dart Frog gets Death Touch till end of turn.
So I love this card a lot. I think that this actually like really benefits from one of the downsides of playing mana dorks, and that is like in the mid to late game they start to lose their relevancy whenever you already have enough mana for you to do things, and then they just kind of like don't contribute. Having reach and the potential for death touch means that this turns into a heck of a blocker. So I like this card a lot.
I like this card a lot too.
I like this card a lot. 3.
I like
Also-
this card a lot. 4.
Also,
Yeah.
another little thing here too is that you can declare this as a blocker and then tap it to add 1 mana to feed into its own ability. This is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so
that's-
cute, Dave.
It's adorable. Look, it's cute. You don't even expect it to kill anything, but it
love
can
that.
kill everything.
Dude,
So
I'm
it
imagining
doesn't
when
have
you pay that
indestructible.
too. Well, imagine when you pay that too, it opens its mouth and like exposes some nasty shit to you.
Horrific. I mean, look at the skull
Yeah.
that he's sitting next
Yeah,
to,
dude.
or he's inside of. Never mind.
I
realized
just
that's a
imagine it
dog.
like this. Like, he's just sitting there looking all cute, and you walk up, like, oh, what's up, little guy? And he's just like, what do you want from me?
What a deep voice.
70-year-old smoker.
It is a poison dart frog. Like the thing
Yeah.
here being is your little boy here, he's going to end up in somebody's jaws. Like it's already happened in the picture once, and I don't know how he survived, but it's going to happen another time. I don't think he's living.
Poisonous.
Listen here, guy. You didn't see nothing, all right?
So remember,
How
this
strong
little guy
are
can
ya?
take down any non-indestructible Eldrazi.
This
Eliminate. Eliminate.
This could potentially even kill a Dreadmaw.
It's true. Let's move on to the 3 that were most liked from our Instagram. Most of these, sometimes just for the art, but we'll talk about them. The first one was Glimpse the Core. 1 and a green for sorcery. It says choose 1, search your library for a basic forest, and put that card on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Or you can return target cave from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Nature's Lore.
Flexibility.
No, not even close. I don't think this card is actually even playable.
No?
No, you can only find a basic forest, and then it says choose 1, but it really only has 1 mode there. Like I'm still trying to find the second mode.
I mean, you
Well,
can do
Dave, if you
caves.
read caves,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's not a mode.
you could search up that cave that blows up somebody's land, dude.
You know, I could, but I won't.
You're just a hater.
There's a
You're a
lot of
cave
good
hater.
caves.
This card is just an additional, like, go find a forest card. And not even, like, just, like, any forest. This has to specifically be a basic forest.
You're a cave hater.
I don't know. I think Glimpse of the Core could be seen in Standard. I think that's a pretty cool place to see more ramp like we need. Even though we
Yeah.
don't.
I think this card is very playable in
Yeah.
a lot of formats.
It's just a tutor.
The tutoring. It's got very cool art. Look at that.
It does.
This person
Look at
does
the
a
core,
great
dude.
job.
Look at that core.
Glimpse the Core. You see it? I don't actually see the core, but we can
I, mean,
glimpse it.
I see a glimpse of it.
Moving on to another card that was most liked by you guys is Visage of Dread. Visage of Dread is 1 and a black for an artifact. It says when it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it. That player discards that card. It also has craft with 2 creatures for 5 and a black. And when you craft it, it turns into Dread Osseosaur, which is a 5/4 creature dinosaur skeleton horror. Got menace, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may mill 2 cards.
So my thoughts on this card is that this card is actually not that great. 2 mana for this kind of an effect has kind of historically shown to not be very good. If you want hand disruption and you want it to be playable, it pretty much has to come in at 1 mana. So I don't think that the front half of the card really does a whole lot for you. And then the transform there costing 6, this is going to be a little bit on the slower side. And whenever you do manage to actually transform it, like a 5/4 with Menace is cool. The ability there is kind of irrelevant to me, so it's just kind of a body. I don't think I want to pay 6 mana for a 5/4 that I had to jump through extra hoops and 2 mana that I had to sink into it on a previous turn. I don't think that this card is very good. I don't think it's playable.
I think it's playable to the point of you play it for 2, you get rid of something that might be coming down. So if you're playing this on, I'm strictly talking from a standard standpoint here. If you play this on turn 2, get rid of their Shieldred in their hand, maybe, and then you can use this to bargain up your own Shieldred. Sounds pretty good.
That'd be mean. We'll see though. It could be. I could see something like that.
I don't even think you need to use the craft ability. I think it just
Yeah.
comes down and just uses this artifact as fodder for something else later.
I mean,
All
I
right.
understand. What?
All right, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Meh.
How about from an art standpoint?
Left side, meh. Right side, really good.
No, that skull's sick, dude.
I think
Meh.
it's cool. Any
The
thoughts on it,
dinosaur is. Come on, dude. That's just basic dinosaur shit.
But it's a dinosaur skeleton horror. It's all 3. What do you mean?
Yeah, basic dinosaur shit. Skull, way sicker.
And the final card that was most liked by you guys is Akawalli, the Seething Tower. It's 1, a black into green for a 3/3 legendary creature fungus. Got Descend 4, which means as long as there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard, Akawalli gets +2/+2 and has trample, and it's got Descend 8, which means that if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, Akawalli gets an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature.
It's cute.
Good card.
Art is sick.
Yeah, it is. It's a
It's
fun
not
guy.
5 colors.
Not 5
It is.
colors. You're right.
I think it just grows and grows and grows.
I mean, it just kind of stops growing at one point.
Yeah, it does. I
mean,
kind of
I
wish
know.
it had. I wish it had an ability with like blue mana in it because those things are blue. Feel ripped off.
Fungus.
Is this playable?
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
I don't know if this is playable.
Why?
Why wouldn't this
probably
be
is.
playable?
So in standard, I think that this is probably too slow. The Descend 8 is getting to be a pretty like difficult ability to turn on, and then Commander, this is. But we have the Commander video, so I don't know if you want me to talk about it now.
I mean, I don't think this is worth it for Commander. I think it's a pointless ability. For Descend 4 and Descend 8, I think that people are going to be using these Descend decks, and it's going to get out of hand.
It's a 3 mana 5/5 with trample. We've seen better stuff, and just like mono green, and with how standard is currently, I think this is probably just too slow.
It's a 3 mana 7/7, actually.
I don't think you're ever gonna get to Descend 8.
Hell yeah, you are, dude. This is probably
I don't know.
a limited card, though.
I'm not impressed with this card. I don't, for all of its crazy abilities and stuff like that. I just don't actually think that it does enough to see play.
Mark the words.
Mark the words. But yeah, like David alluded to, we will be talking about this as a potential commander in our commander grades video when we get to that. But yeah, that is going to do it for us today. And that is the final video for The Lost Caverns of Ixalan spoiler season. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But before we get going, let's go ahead around the room and talk about our favorite cards of today. I think my favorite card from today is probably going to be the Poison Dart Frog. Kind of cheating because it was from like last week or something, but it's probably the best.
No, it's not. My enchanted pickaxe is way better, dude.
Your diamond pickaxe from ye old Minecraft. What was
Yeah,
your
I hate to do it, but I'm going to join Shane.
All right. And
And,
David?
I don't hate to do it, but I'm gonna join Hunter. I think that the Poison Dart Frog is probably the only playable card we've talked about today.
Look how cute we are.
Yeah, good cards are good. Comment down below what was your favorite card we talked about today. Also, check the description for links to our socials. That's Instagram, X, and TikTok at Guys at Magic for each one. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also in the description, not only will you find the socials, but you'll find a link to our Patreon. We have some exclusive content on there if you wanted to check out more than what you're already seeing here. And if you wanted to support us more, we really appreciate it. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.